Hey everybody, J Maxicus here with another video for you. This time, instead of Classic Challenge, I got some response in that they wanted a Grand Challenge deck that they could do for the people that aren't on a budget. So people who have most of the cards will be able to benefit from this. It is a really well put together deck. It's really meta right now, and you might see it quite often. Actually, in my Classic Challenge deck, I was able to face off against this one or a variation of it a couple of times. So here is the deck. We have goblins, bats, ice golem, and zap all at the 2 elixir cost, so it's really good to be able to cycle it. And then we got hog for the push for the win condition, and then we have fireball to get rid of annoying targets and for defense and for offense to finish off the tower. And we got Electro Wizard, who is just superb right now. He's really good on defense, and he's out of that fireball range. I'm not too sure how he will do after the nerfs hit him, but he seems like he's still going to be really good for defense, not so much for offense. And then the Mega Knight, of course, which is just doing such great work. It's able to do so much countering, and he's able to just kill so many swarm troops that you're able to see nowadays. And then the Zap and the Electro Wizard can take care of those air units that might be pestering them. So we will go ahead and go into the replays here to show you some of the games. Where is the first one? I believe it's here with King Jamu, Wamo, with the mortar type deck. So we'll get in there and show you a little bit about it. So here, whenever I never play the Mega Knight first, you hardly ever will play the Mega Knight, especially when it's not double elixir time in the back. That just gives your opponent way too much opportunity to go ahead and push and to get tremendous damage off. So I take whatever spell that I can that will move slower, or that I can split, and for here it's the Electro Wizard. And now I'm going to put a Hog Rider down just so I can get some damage off on the tower. These archers, you're able to get some good value if you're able to fireball with them. So I do that, and look at that, already 1777, and I'm only 3 elixir down. So now I go ahead and cycle in the bats to take care of this Hog Rider, and I put down my Ice Golem to distract from this mortar. And I have nothing really else to deal with it, especially since he puts these archers down. So now I have the Mega Knight that I can use, because I'm able to take out the 3 elixir archers and then finish off the mortar, which is 4 elixir. So it's pretty much even elixir at this point. And he has to deal with Mega Knight. He plays a knight, he plays some goblins, which is really good. So now my Mega Knight can't destroy them, so I put my own goblins down. And now he is down on elixir, and I have a tremendous push that can go here and get a lot of damage. Boom, the Mega Knight connects. The Hog's going to be able to go ahead and take this out since he is so down on elixir trying to counter in this guy. Anything else that he puts, he wastes some archers here because I'm not going to be too concerned about trying to get that 3 crown. Fire the archers anyway, since they're annoying to deal with. And now we can start pushing on the right side. So just waiting for me to build up on elixir again, and we'll start pushing on that right side. Probably start with the Ice Golem, and since it's a slow moving unit, and then work my way with a E-Wiz too. Oh, I actually go with the E-Wiz here first. So he counters with the Hog Rider on the left side, and the Mega Knight is just such a good counter for the Hog. It's able to prevent all the damage, whereas a P.E.K.K.A. Knight, they're still able to get a swing off on the tower. So Mega Knight's just doing so much work against Hog as a counter right now. So here I just zap. I'm trying to get my goblins and my bats to take out that mortar, so it's not able to take out my tower. So he has to use his rocket if needing. And here I just have the same counter again. Boom, look at this. 1, 2, and a 3rd hit. Bam, and he's dead before he can get a swing off. So it's just an excellent counter. He has a hard way to deal with it. He's going to have to play Knight, and that right there counts as out the elixir when he has to play that Knight. Fireball the archers once again. I don't know why he keeps playing them at the tower. And here he puts the goblins. I'm going to put the goblins. Now he's totally dead on elixir. He's not able to counter my hog push. And I have the stab goblins, and I have the bats, and they're all just going to go in for the 3 crown, and he knows it's a good game at this point. So yeah, that Mega Knight, when you don't really have a good answer for it, it's just so hard to deal with after you put it down for the Hog Rider. If you have like a good answer for it, then it makes it less effective, like a P.E.K.K.A. Now the problem with P.E.K.K.A, like you can run this deck if you don't have Mega Knight, you can run P.E.K.K.A, but the problem there being is that the P.E.K.K.A is really able to be kited easily. I think I do it a couple of times in one of these videos, but he's able to be kited really easily and take a lot of damage, and he's so much elixir, but he can do just as good of work of the Mega Knight. Maybe not as much, but still pretty good. So here is the second battle that I did. Here's a defeat that I lost to. I lost to a P.E.K.K.A actually. I misplayed and I wasn't able to put my distraction unit down in time to distract the P.E.K.K.A, and he was able to get a swing off, and that really, it was very close at the end, but that's what ultimately won him the game. So here we're going to go against the Golem deck. This is a standard Golem deck that you see a lot of. It has the P.E.K.K.A, sometimes it has something else like a Baby Dragon, but it always, like the Pump Golem Night Witch combo was very prominent with this type of deck. So here he puts down a Pump in the middle, and I'm going to just talk to you about the strategy I use when I see this. When I see this and I got my Goblins coming, I put my Hog down, he's going to play something, and then I Fireball for the Elixir, the Tower, and whatever troops he has. You don't Fireball right away because you can get so much more value if you don't. So here I just play the bats. It's able to really easy counter the mini P.E.K.K.A. He's got his Mega Minion coming, and as you can see, he didn't benefit anything from the Elixir at all. I am 1 Elixir ahead of him at this point, and his Pump is dead. So I got the advantage. Put down the Ice Golem in the back. Just going to do some more cycle work. Put the Goblins, just trying to get to my Hog right now, so I'm able to do some damage. And with this, you're able to go and push on the right side because he used all his Elixir on the left side. So his Night Witch is able to take out my Hog, unfortunately, but I'm able to get some good damage here with the Wizard and with the Hog. But he has nothing to support back here. I'm just waiting until I can put my Mega Knight to get some value, and oh, boom, I had to put it in front because I didn't get the Elixir fast enough, so I wasn't able to take those Spear Goblins. So I put Goblins in the back to get rid of those guys and to distract the Mega Minion, and I'm just taking a lot of damage here because I probably shouldn't have played that Ice Wizard. I should have just left it at the bats on the right side. But now I have this Mega Knight that he's going to have to deal with, and that I can push with on the left side, especially since he pumps, and I knew he was probably going to pump soon. He plays a really good mini P.E.K.K.A here though, but I'm able to kill it with the bats and the Mega Knight. He logs the Mega Knight, but I'm still able to get some bat damage, and I just have to play really good defense at this point. Try and get that left tower down as soon as I can, but as soon as he puts that Golem down on the right side and whatever supporting troops, I can be able to Fireball that to get rid of his Elixir advantage that he's gaining from that. Hog gets off a swing, the Goblins get off a swing, and I'm able to take out that tower. So at this point, I'm winning now, and we're both at the same Elixir. He has a Golem, but I have enough to counter it. Any big push, he doesn't have any like air units except for the Mega Minion, which my King Tower will be able to take care of. So I've got the Mega Knight that I'm able to plop down here, and boom. And then I got the distraction units that I can put down in the back, and I have a Fireball to get rid of this massive wave. Tremendous value. I have to zap there to kill the mini P.E.K.K.A so it doesn't do more damage to my Mega Knight. And it's now at this point I have the advantage, so I'm able to push with the ultimate combo of the Mega Knight Hog. And he just put down a Golem. As soon as he saw that Golem, I knew it was pretty much game over because he had nothing to kill my Hog in time. I Fireball here to get some more damage off and to get my mini P.E.K.K.A to, or Mega Knight to get some damage off, but I'm not able to. He's trying to do a big push. I just do Electro Wizard to take out the Goblin Gain, Goblins to take out the Night Witch, and I just have to cycle back to my spell, and then it's game over. So he's putting down whatever he can to stop the Hog. I don't even think I'll need to get to the spell. I just zap, and that is the game. So in that one, if you take anything from it, make sure that if you have Fireball as your spell instead of Lightning or something like that, you try and get the value that you can by taking out troops, the Pump, and the tower all in once by doing a fast push where the Pump is, especially when it's in the middle like that. If it's in the back, it's a little bit harder to do. You have to wait until they put a slow push in the back, and then you can get more value out of it. But if you Fireball right away, that Elixir's still going to go, Elixir Pumps is still going to tick down twice or 3 times. It's still able to get 2 or 3 Elixir out of it, so might as well save it until they get that 2 or 3 elixir and take out the pump with some value as well. Okay, so in this match, I have a match here with Graveyard. Graveyard getting a buff recently after tomorrow. I think it will do a lot better, but it still will be not too hard to counter. I don't think the buff will matter that much because there's still so much counters that people can run, especially with poison being able to do work. And it's got a delay on when they spawn now, so you're able to react faster. So it might be good if you have like freeze. You might be able to surprise people that way, as they'll be able to swarm the tower faster once they come out, because the radius is smaller. But smaller radius equals easier to counter with units like Valkyrie and stuff, because you're able to hit more units with it. So it was an easier win with that one. I think he got I went for the 2 crown win just to give him the 1 tower. So we basically traded towers at the end. But this is the one I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the P.E.K.K.A, the one that I lost to earlier because I misplayed. I'm going to show you this match where I play much better against it. So, once again, I got some good cycle cards in the back. I will never play Hog at the bridge. I'll always support it with something in the back like Goblins or Bats. So I'll split them, and then I'll wait till he puts his units. And when I see where he puts his units, then I can push on the other side. So if he had played like a Knight on one side, I'd be able to put the Hog on the other one. So here I just put an Electro Wizard down to take care of the Miner while I push on the other side. And look at 1, 2, 3, 4 stabs with that Stab Goblin there on the left side, just because it was ignored. Did so much more work than his Miner did. Here he's got the 7 elixir down. I'm able to just do a huge Mega Knight counter, because now I have a Mega Knight coming on to lock onto his tower. I mean, what's he going to do? Boom! Locks on there, and he plays the P.E.K.K.A. So now I know I'm dealing with a P.E.K.K.A deck, P.E.K.K.A push deck, counter push deck. Since he used that 7 elixir, I'm going to play the Bats here. And I'm going to put an Ice Golem to distract. I didn't play it correctly though, and I wasn't able to grab his attention, so then I have to play the Goblins to try and distract more. Then I play Electro Wizard. I'm going to have to zap here for the Bats and for the P.E.K.K.A. And oh, I'm in big trouble here. He gets 1, 2 swings off with the P.E.K.K.A. just because I wasn't able to distract there with the Ice Golem. I think it's over at this point. I'm like, oh, I misplayed again with that P.E.K.K.A deck. But oh, never give up. Always continue and try and push. I know what type of cards he has. I know what he has in cycle right now. I know I'm down on elixir, and I'm just, now that I have that knowledge, I'm able to counterplay what he plays. So here he's got the Bandit coming out, and I want to put a Hog behind the Ice Golem, but I figure not, because he's going to try and support that Bandit anyways. So I do a big push on the left side, he's going to do a push on the right side, and we're going to try and take each other's towers out. Here I have the cheap cycling spells, so I'm able to take out the Miner, do some work on these Goblins, put down the Ice Golem, and I'm able to save my tower on the right while his tower is extremely low on that side. Put down a Hog Rider, just trying to get him to spend elixir so I can do a Mega Knight counter on this right side again. And his Goblin's going to be able to, or his Miner's going to be able to take on my tower, but I knew that was going down anyways. So now I got a Mega Knight push on the other side. He's having to play his cheap cards now, and like a Bandit where you want to be pushing with the Bandit, not playing defense. I'm ahead on elixir, and I put down an Ice Golem and Hog push. Putting down everything since he doesn't have the P.E.K.K.A. If he had the P.E.K.K.A, I wouldn't put down everything. Since he has everything, I'm putting it all down. I'm trying to push on that side. Know that he's using bad counters for my spells. So here he's trying to push on the other side. I put down the Mega Knight. I really shouldn't have. I should have probably put down the Electro Wizard and then pushed with the Hog on the right side. I'm just fearing that he'll be able to counter with the P.E.K.K.A. And here I figure I'm just going to try and support my push as much as I can with a Golem and Mega Knight. But his P.E.K.K.A is able to counter everything, and it's just disastrous. So now I have no cards to push with on the right side, so I have to cycle to my P.E.K.K.A, or my Mini Knight, Mega Knight, and try and stop this push on the left as much as I can as well. I put an Electro Wizard because I know I'm going to have to slow this P.E.K.K.A that's coming for me. I put an Ice Golem to distract the Bats and to distract this Electro Wizard, pushing on the right side and trying to just get as much damage as I can. I have to play a Mega Knight to counter his P.E.K.K.A. And at this point I realize I just have to keep cycling and push that right side, kind of ignore that left side and just go for the win on the right side. Here he plays a really good E-Wiz. I have to zap here so I can get at least some damage. I have the Mega Knight that's tanking that tower, so I'm able to get more damage off with the Hog. Now I'm just waiting, putting the Mega Knight down. Gonna try and cycle to my Hog so I can get a Mega Knight Hog push going. And here he's just out of elixir, trying to do his best to distract. I put down the Hog, just trying to get 1 or 2 hits off, and then a fireball, and it's game over. And that was the win. So in that game, I needed to focus the right tower. I got a little distracted from his left, but my left one was so safe, and Miner wouldn't be able to do that much damage, especially when I had my King's Tower target him as well. So I should have just kept pushing that right side until I got the win. So here's a couple more of the decks that I faced. I faced a Hog kind of support deck with Bowler and Executioner. It was underleveled, so it wasn't really too hard. I was able to counter a lot with the Mega Knight and just counter push with a Mega Knight Hog, and I was able to get the 3 crowns in that one. This one was just like bread and butter because he has the Barbarians, which are so easily countered by Mega Knight, and he has Prince, which I have Goblins for, I have Electro Wizard for, I have Ice Golem for. It was just so easy to counter this deck, and I had really no problem with it. Here is a Balloon deck that I lost to. The problem with this deck is that when I put the bats down and they zap it, I have really nothing else to take out the Balloon except for Fireball and E-Wiz, and if those aren't in rotation, it costs me. I think he actually tornadoed my E-Wiz away, and he was able to get the win that way. And here we just had another variation of the Golem deck with Mega Minion and Lumberjack instead of the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And I just did the same things I did in the first video where I killed the pump with the Fireball and pushed at the same time so I could take out something else as long as it was played closely to the pump. And I was just able to counter push with the Hog and the Mega Knight. It was actually a pretty close battle though. Here we have another Balloon deck, but this one is a Lava Hound Balloon deck. This one I was able to do more damage because I used the Fireball when his Mega Minion, Balloon, Lava Hound was all grouped together, and then I E-Wizzed on top of that. So I was able to take care of the Balloon a lot easier that way and all of his supporting troops, and then just counter push. Here was a Mortar deck that wasn't really anything special. The only problem here was the Minion Horde, but I was able to Fireball them for positive elixir trade. So here we have another P.E.K.K.A. deck, and it was actually we'll watch this one because this one was a little bit better. It's got a P.E.K.K.A. with 2 pushing cards. It's got the Bandit and it's got the Battle Ram. So we'll actually watch this one before we watch the final one. I think there's a couple more. Yeah. So here is against another P.E.K.K.A. deck since we see a lot of it. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit here to get to the beginning once we get to the 1 elixir. So just doing what I always do. I put the Goblins in the back and then I put the Hog in front. Once I see that it's only the 1 Goblin on the one side. And here I'm trying to just get as much value with a Mega Knight. Boom, 7 for 7. It's just great value. I had to put the Ice Golem down, so it wasn't as good as it could be. Here he puts his Battle Ram down, but my Mega Knight should be able to make short work of that. And then he puts down some really good minions, and those are going to be able to take out my Mega Knight. So all I have to do is zap those with E-Wiz. Here I'm just hoping to do a counter push with E-Wiz, a Cycle card, and a Hog. Or just save up on elixir. Either could have been good at that point. I still don't really know what he's running. All I know is he's got Battle Ram and Bandit, so it's some side of push deck. Here he makes a very big mistake. He plays his P.E.K.K.A. in the back on the left side. So here I'm just able to send everything on the right side. He uses an E-Wiz and a Zap, and I'm able to get some significant tower damage off as well. So I'll be able to counter his one side, but he plays Blandit in E-Wiz combo, so I had to put the Mega Knight down there. And the reason why I did that is because he will have nothing to stop that Mega Knight. And I had goblins to at least help me out a little bit. And that Mega Knight's going to be able to finish off that tower. Here I have to use a fireball to save my tower, but P.E.K.K.A is able to get the hit off. But I still have the Mega Knight chipping away on the right side. So I had to do the trade-off. But I feel like it was a trade-off worth since I have more damage on his left side than he has on my right side. So just waiting for full elixir, seeing what he's going to play. Battle Ram, it's easy to be countered by Electro Wizard. I play an Ice Golem to distract. That way I can stop any other push that he has coming towards my tower while I push on the opposite side. Here he puts the P.E.K.K.A, and this is what I was talking about. See, Hog's able to get one, almost 2 hits off with the P.E.K.K.A, whereas at Mega Knight, you're able to stop it completely, so it's a better Hog counter. Here I'm just trying to prevent as much damage to the right side as possible, so I'm putting E-Wiz on that side, I'm putting an Ice Golem, I'm trying to get him to go on the right side, but then he plays all on the left side. I know I can distract this P.E.K.K.A easily. I know I'm able to take down all these units no problem with very little effort since I have 2 towers locking on. And look at my E-Wiz is just doing work on his King's Tower because it was completely ignored. So here he's trying to go push for that other side again. I have the counters here though in place. I have E-Wiz, I have Stab Goblins, I have Bats. There's nothing really that he can do for this right side. All he has to do is just hopefully counter with his Mega Knight, or with his P.E.K.K.A. Here he's trying not to play his P.E.K.K.A on the left side because it would kind of be a waste. So I put a Hog push on that side. I mean, just it's so easy to counter with the E-Wiz. I wonder how much the nerfs are going to do to it. Because it's able to counter just so much. I mean, he's able to stop a P.E.K.K.A and E-Wiz combo for just 4 elixir. He stops 11 elixir. And then I have the Ice Golem distracting as well, so technically 6. But here, once I got the Mega Knight and Psycho with the Hog, I know I have the tank in place to be able to stop this guy. He puts down a minions, I got the Fireball. There's nothing he can really do, and it's game over at this point. Alright, so here we have the last match. It's against Pump 3 Musketeer with Golem deck, so it's pretty heavy on elixir. I didn't really have a trouble with it, especially, I don't know how this guy got to 12 wins, but it wasn't really all that hard to counter, especially with Mega Knight. So, here in the game, just like I had mentioned before, you want to just slow push in the back. You want to see what they're going to play. So if I put Ice Golem, he's got his Pump there, so I'm able to speed him up, my Ice Golem with my Hog, and I'm going to be able to put a Fireball down on this Elixir Pump with whatever he decides to play. And he plays the 3 Musketeers ahead of it. If he had played it back, I would have gotten such value. But that's okay. He played them all together, and I have the most amazing counter. Boom! Such value. 3 Musketeers taken out by 7 elixir. And then he plays the Barbs, and he's able to take out the Barbs there. So I take out 9 elixir, and I take out 5 elixir. So 14 elixir for 9 elixir in total on my part. So I know I've got the advantage here with the damage on the tower, even though we're roughly at the same elixir since I did a Hog push. Here he's just doing a heavy push at the bridge. I mean, this is something you don't want to do. You don't want to, you want to build up your pushes, especially if you're a Golem deck. You want to put like something in the back, like the minions in the back, and then wait and see what your opponent plays when they're at full elixir. So that way you can counter on either side. That's why the pros always split push their minions in the back and their goblins in the back. You put those down, you wait and see which side your opponent's going to do. So here he plays a Pump in the back. I just got a Fireball it because I know I'm not going to get value out of it. Just trying to slow down his Elixir Pump here. And the advantage he's getting through that. He puts down the Golem. I don't have my Hog in rotation, so I'm trying everything I can to get there. He just zaps the Bats, so I know at this point I just have to play defense, do a little bit of Ice Golem damage. I figure he's trying to do a 3 Musketeer push with this, so I put an E-Wiz in the back, I put Goblins in the back, just waiting for my Mega Knight to come through. I put down a Zap, just so he can one-shot those 3 Musketeers. And then I put the Goblins and just trying to stop as much as I can here. Bats, Ice Golem, and now I'm going to have such a good counter push coming on the other side. He plays a golem. At this point, I know it's a good game because he has no elixir to stop my hog, and I got Mega Knight going in. Here, I put down a fireball to get damage on the tower and to prevent the barbs from trying to hit that hog, do a zap. There's nothing he can do at this point. I got Mega Knight for a counter, and there's no way he's going to be getting to my tower, especially with Ewiz just stopping this golem. I mean, if he had lightning, that would probably be a better counter. It'd be able to stop my Ewiz, but I have no idea how this guy got to 12 wins. You never play your 3 Musketeers on the same side, and you usually run lightning because of Inferno Tower and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the 12th win. So overall, it was pretty good. I didn't run against the Logbait or Zapbait deck, but previously I have, and it's not too hard to counter. You do have Ewiz for that Inferno Tower, especially if they don't play it right, or if they use it for your hog instead of your Mega Knight. So, and you have goblins to go ahead and stop the Goblin Barrow when they play it on your tower, and you have bats, and yeah, most of the time I'll fireball the princess just so I can stop any damage it would do to my bats or goblins, because that's all they have other than rocket. I do believe it runs sap though, so yeah, I didn't run it against it during this challenge, but that's one that you'll see more often than not. So here is the 12 win chest. Let's see what we got here. Of course, you get your 22,000 gold, which is such value. I mean, for 100 gems, you get 22,000 gold, versus where you look in the shop and you have to pay, I don't even know how much it is. I never buy that deal anyways. So, great value. Got a Barb Hut, don't really need that. Ice Golem's really nice to have. Goblin Hut, it's okay. With the buffs, we'll see how much better it does. Bomb Tower, not used. Inferno Tower, I don't really use that one. Don't really use 3 Musketeers. Dart Goblin, I haven't really seen a deck for him yet either. The new Flying Machine, not impressed by it, so I haven't used it. I mean, just the fact that Fireball counters it is not good enough for me. Goblin Barrel, if I wanted to run the Goblin Barrel Zapbait deck. Some poison, some nerfed skeletons, extra gold there. Spear Goblins, and look at that, we get a legendary. I think it's like 78 or 80% or something like that of getting a legendary in these chests, so kind of like a super magical chest. So let's see what it is. Hoping for that Mega Knight because he's not getting nerfed. So, and it is the Lumberjack. Kind of disappointing, but it's legendary, you know, you can't complain with that. I mean, I'm just happy with 22,000 gold as it is. So this was the 12 win grand challenge. If you like it, you can go ahead and give it a shot. Just remember the tips that I gave you when running this deck. Never put the Mega Knight in the back. Never put Hog at the bridge unless it's getting to double elixir or you're trying to catch him off guard when he plays something heavy on one side. Then you can do it on the other side. But overall, just make sure that you understand what your opponent is playing and try and counter push whatever they play for you. So if you have 2 goblins going on the left, 1 goblin on the right, they play a knight on the left side, you push with that 1 goblin on the right side. As you saw in that one video, that 1 goblin stab goblin got like 4 shots off on the tower, which was really good value. So yeah, just if you like this video, just give it a like, subscribe, comment, tell me things I can improve on or what do you want to see in the future, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. Until that time, this is J Max, and happy clashing.